Yo, what's happening, people? And welcome back to the Tiki Taka podcast, where you're going to hear hot takes, unbiased opinions, and hopefully have a couple laughs along the way.
Yes.
Now, again, please, if you're watching this video, like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe for sure. Yet again, we had over 50% not subscribed.
It's come down to 50 though.
Yeah. To be fair, yeah.
That means a couple of people
are getting the message, but yeah, especially if you're an Arsenal fan, there's no bigger reason to subscribe than this weekend. And what happened. So yeah, please subscribe, follow us if you're listening on Spotify. Now, we're in for a good episode today, one that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, it's a top one.
After what was quite frankly an unbelievable weekend of Premier League football.
I'm going to take this for granted. I'll let you know right now. This weekend that's just gone by, I will take this for granted. Because how many weekends go by where one of the four teams that we want to see do bad, or two max? Here we've got 3 results.
Yeah.
Outside of our own result. 4 that we love, we can look down on and love.
Yeah.
And I just feel like...
And our one was a big one.
There's not enough bigs on that.
Yeah.
You need at least another times 10.
I was going to stop at 2.
No.
So, look, obviously, we've started talking about it there. There's no other place to start than with Arsenal's... what's the right adjective? Monumental.
You have to combine 2 now.
Yeah.
Monstrous and monstrous mental.
Monstrous mental. Arsenal's monstrous mental win at St. James's Park. Obviously, we have to win there. Big statement win from Arsenal. So, the first question that I've got for you today, Michael, is what month do you think we'll have the Premier League wrapped up?
It's funny because I'm taking a deep breath thinking I'm really about to just put a date on this.
No. I'm not going to set you up like that. I'm not going to set... But look, first things first. Yeah, obviously, I know Big Gabby's on the desk. Away there, Gabby. We're going to get there. But first things first, last week, we came here and criticised Mikel Arteta heavily. Rightfully so.
Like, he listened. He tuned in.
So that's the extra subscriber.
He tuned in. He tuned in.
But yeah, look, I don't think I'm pretty sure Michael feels the same. I don't think anything we said last week that we actually take back.
Yeah, no. Stand on that.
Yeah, or don't think that it was fair or unjust or anything. But everyone that was getting onto Mikel Arteta, like I said, us included, need to be just as quick to give him the praise this week. And that's why at the top of the show, at the top of talking about Arsenal, I think Mikel Arteta deserves his praise for all the handbrake talk that there was last week.
Yeah.
For the lineup that he set up with. Again, I wasn't too... And the thing is, it's like football is just so results based. Ultimately, that's where my judgment and my opinion comes from, because if it's gonna go right or wrong, like I think Mosquera was a wrong decision. Yeah. And I think Arteta came out and said Saliba's played this many games in this many days off the back of an injury.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't have to play Port Vale.
Yeah.
Olympiacos, West Ham at home. You could have just thrown Mosquera in for one of those.
I think, obviously, this has to be an Arteta praise session.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah.
But I think...
Because we won, though.
Because we won.
Yeah.
But I think the some of the... Not, I don't know how to phrase this, but like sometimes Arteta makes a decision, and if you just come out and said that, I'm training, I just saw Mosquera was on, you looked at it, this kind of stuff. When you come out and you say fitness and rolled ankle, and it just sometimes Arteta leaves you with like doors to open. I'm like, wait, fitness. So Port Vale, he was fit.
Yeah.
Is that because he was not going to play in this game from 2 days ago, 3 days ago? You knew that he wasn't going to play in this game.
he came back from injury and he played 290s, Port Vale and Man City.
Yeah, and
immediately, and now he needs the rest. But it was also bullshit, but to me at least, because he came on at half time.
Yeah, and
so how much rest could he?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Unless that was always the plan on Mosquera first 40. But I don't know how that could be a plan.
To give Arteta his credit, though, I agree with you. There were some things in the lineup I was still unsure about.
Trossard was one I was unsure about, but that he got that right.
Exactly. There were still some things in the lineup I was unsure about, but I think why he deserves his credit or his praises, sort of regardless of the actual lineup, the players who played, and I guess that does come down into the lineup, was they seemed hungry, man.
Yep.
The first 20, 30 minutes, they were at it. They were attacking players on the pitch, as A and them were on the pitch. So maybe that's just how it goes. But it just felt as if Arteta really got onto the boys about starting fast, scoring the first goal, showing them that we're a good side, like dispelling the handbrake talk from the jump.
Yep.
From the jump. So I do want to give him credit for that. It was, as much as he picked the lineup that he picked, or an attacking lineup, or however you want to view it, he definitely coached those guys, or told those guys to be aggressive, to be attacking. I'm choosing you because I think that you're going to carry out this work. And they did it, man. It's very rare, man. We said it last week. I was like, what kind of game are we going to play at Newcastle? Are we going to come and try and do the possession thing? Or we've been there for 5 years and just never sort of, whatever we've tried just hasn't worked for us. And
They always
start like that, to come with that vim.
And we were certain that Marino was going to play.
Yeah, I was dead certain.
And I thought that if Marino wasn't playing, it was because Odegaard was playing. But Odegaard wasn't playing. It was Eze in there. And I was very big on Norgard. I was saying to you off air that I think this was the game for Norgard.
Norgard had to play 0 minutes. It's kind of nuts. I didn't expect 0 minutes.
Yeah. But again, fair play. Like Zubimendi, that was a very good game from him. He was picking up the ball, like you say, in that first 20 minutes. He was ready to pass the ball forward. Set the tempo. He won a header on Dan Burn. He won some big headers. So yeah, look. First and foremost, praise to Mikel Arteta for that. But also, there's been a bit of a tendency in Mikel Arteta's tenure at Arsenal in big games that don't go our way. Obviously, a lot of big games have gone our way, but in the ones that don't, there tends to be a bit of adversity.
Yeah, 100%.
That Mikel Arteta's Arsenal can't get over that.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially, sorry to add to your point, if it's like injustice, not just adversity, especially if it's injustice.
Like the Wolves one, but that was not a big game. I'm talking about top 6 teams away from home.
You can say Newcastle like 4 times in a row.
Exactly. Newcastle. So, and then not only the injustice of the adversity, but the whole layout of that game, the way it all panned out,
the context,
the Gyökeres pen not being given, which I still just can't believe, but I don't really want to have any VAR conversations because we don't have to.
We don't have to. I think that's the beauty of the win.
I just don't care.
But you are gaslighting me that's not a foul. You are.
But
you are gaslighting me.
We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to spend our time talking about VAR.
What Jared Gillett had to say. And
we'll let the boring Jamie Carragher's and Gary Neville, they can bore you with that, because we got 3 points, so I don't care. But that penalty that got overturned, I was seeing Saka's reaction, I was seeing all the guys' reaction. I know Mikel Arteta the whole week has told these guys how important the first goal is. In this game, more than probably any other game, we said if Newcastle get the first goal and the crowd get up and then they can just defend and hold on to the lead. That's how we lost the last 2 years, kind of thing. So there was the penalty. There was Pope just deciding that he was going to save everything. Yeah, down low from Eze's shot.
I swear, Pope. Yeah. Anyway, I actually think Pope is not that good a keeper, but I just feel like he always turns it on versus.
I told you how much I hate Pope.
No, I just feel like I'll go to war about Pope just being meaty. And then I always have to eat my words because he has this 10-11 save game versus Arsenal.
Yeah, but then he came up trumps for us.
Mistake.
Yeah.
So I could bank on.
Yeah. But so all of those Pope saves, the Trossard chance that he should have scored hits the post. And then after all of that, they get a corner from a Mosquera error. Probably the only real threat the Newcastle are really posing, and they go 1-0 up. And it's from what is poor from Gabriel. Like,
I'm shocked actually. Really,
a mistake. Like exactly. Like you're meant to be the hard.
Yeah.
And then I can tell that Gabriel's head is a bit rattled because he goes with the arm
on his face,
straight from the kickoff when he's running to press right. Yeah, which I don't think is a red card. Yeah, I just think Gabriel's gone for his shoulder and it's just kind of slipped up. You know, he's a tall guy.
It's a natural motion.
Yeah. He's just trying to block him.
Yeah, of course. Well, Tomato slippery as well. Pause.
Yeah. But if Altamada does go to ground holding his face and whatever, and there is a VAR decision, and I come away from that just saying, Gabriel, just you made the mistake. Now
no, I hear that, but I think you're indoctrinated, man. I think you're believing you're sipping. Like, I think we see at bare times. Yeah, there'll be times.
Yeah. I mean, Bruno G did it to Jorginho.
Exactly. There'll be times when.
But if you get sent off for it.
Exactly. No, if you get sent off for it, you always look like an idiot. Yeah.
Like, it's not something you have to do.
No, of course not. But I do think why Gabriel can't do it is because he should know more than anybody how much they're looking to punish us for all of these like minuscule mistakes. Yeah,
and he's already been punished. That's how I know he's rattled.
Exactly, yeah.
Because I don't think he would do that otherwise.
But I see bare guys that would just pull Cucurella's hair, just shove him to the ground, and that's nothing. That's just play on. Yeah. You know, so it's like I do think in many other games they'll let that go, but for Arsenal, especially in these big 6 games on TV, 4:30 Sunday slot, whole world watching,
they're ready to punish you.
They're ready. They're as ready as ever.
So even more reason.
Exactly. But to give Gabriel some credit, obviously he gets the goal and all that kind of stuff, so he deserves the credit for that. But
no, he was a beast second off.
I also don't mind it from Gabriel because that's how I like emotionally on the edge. I get it. There's a fine line.
No, a bit like the results thing. I don't mind it
when you win
because he didn't get sent off.
No, I agree with you 100%, 100%. Cool, but I just need to put it on record that like what I love about Gabriel is the yin and the yang that he has with Saliba. You'll never see that from Saliba.
Yeah.
Saliba would never. Saliba would never raise his arms.
Although Saliba.
No.
He left one on Liverpool.
No. In a footballing motion, if the ball's there to be won and something, and something happens. No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Have you seen it? Saliba knows he's
not. No. It's a ball to be challenged. It's a ball to be won.
It's not.
Liverpool just gets up. He gets up early. Stays. Yeah, I don't think Saliba respected his jump game. He could hang in the air. His hang time was like Jordan. I don't know how Liverpool stayed in the air for that long.
Saliba doesn't want to jump for those. Even when he can.
But exactly. And that's my point. Cool, calm, chill. This is not his demeanor. Gabriel, on the other hand, that's 100%. That's 100% what he's about. It's 100%. He's looking for the physical battle. I hear it. He's rattled. Yeah. But Ahmad is giving him a little shove.
Yeah.
You know, he's scored. He's down at St. James's Park. He's feeling like, woe is me. Is this my fault again? Type vibes. Yeah. So Gabriel needs to be careful, obviously. But emotionally heightened Gabriel for the big games. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. As long as it's kept under wraps.
I'm not gonna.
Which because he wasn't sent off, I can say it was. Yeah.
To be fair, even anyway, we'll come into it.
Because if he was sent off,
we'll come into it. I'm sure.
Yeah, you wouldn't come here and be like emotionally hyped.
No, 100. This is, as you say, 100% down to the result.
Yeah.
Like if we did get sent off, I'd be here to kill Gabriel.
Yeah. Especially straight off.
I can't be. Is the bozo back?
No, not that one. But look, anyway, my overarching point is all of that stuff went against Arsenal in the first half. And then Newcastle came out. They set in the back 5. They sat deep. There was only one team that wanted to win that game. And then even after we do get the goal, there's a penalty shout. Normally, in Mikel Arteta's tenure, those kind of games with that much adversity, that much that have gone against Arsenal in a sense, we don't come back from, or we definitely don't win.
Yeah.
We get a draw. So I'm going to give Mikel Arteta a lot of praise for the changes that he made
I was about to say
to win the game and overcoming all of that adversity.
I think the overarching point as well from Arteta in this game is his squad usage. Like, we've criticised him at times, of course, starting lineups last week, X, Y, and Z. Even maybe starting lineups this week. But I actually think in the main, his squad usage has been like top. It's been stellar. Like, we've got bare subs that have come on to score goals. We've got bare guys that we've already seen get healthy minutes in the campaign when we've only played 6 or 7 games. We're all excited about what Calafiori is going to do for us this season. We all love what Timber's on. We know Ben White's coming because we've seen Ben White in a couple of games. There's Mosquera. Everyone thinks that Mosquera is a good player. Like, it's been 6 or 7 games now, and we've got enough minutes in enough legs to be like, well, we know what I can get out of this guy. I know what I can get out of that guy, and I think it has in general been very good. Well, I've just never seen this level of squad usage from Arteta, like this comprehensively, this diligently, this smartly. Yeah, Rice can set out Nottingham Forest at home, we'll still win that game 3-0. Like even to the extent, like I admit Saliba should have started this game. I think Saliba should have started this game just because he signed the contract. Like if he signs the contract, just play him.
Yeah.
But even with that being said, we still won the game, results-based stuff, but it's 45 minutes that Saliba didn't have to play, and we still won the game.
Yeah.
You know, and like, does it bode well for the future in the sense of come, like, you know, May, come April, will we have players actually in top condition, 10-10, because they've not been 100% grounded down to stubs? You know, by the end of it, Ben White doesn't have to play with a grade 4 tear in April, May, because Timber's played better games. You know,
and
Saliba doesn't have to. Yeah,
you raised a good point about Mosquera as well. The fact that we've now won this game, that's a good 45 minutes for him, right? Just as a learning
100%,
as a learning process.
Yeah.
Like you've experienced that at St. James's Park. Now, if we are in a situation where we have to go there in a cup later this year or next year, or even the Champions League, God forbid. Yeah, I don't want to go back there. But he's got 45 minutes there under his belt. Right?
I can't echo your point more about like how unique it felt to watch Arsenal come through adversity like that, in game adversity, in game injustice,
in a stadium like that.
Like we've done it in several other ways with Arteta. Like Saka will be out of a lineup and we still win that game, and you know you can say that's adversity because how much he meant to us during that time of our, like, you know, team stage, life cycle, whatever. But in actual game, how many times last season did we go down like that penalty at Brighton? It's 1-1 with 45 minutes to go. We can't get over that adversity. We can't get over the injustice. We still feel hard done by. The players are like, we create 1 or 2 chances after that, and now we have to analyze a penalty incident for 45 minutes because you know no one wanted to step up and just say fuck that. I'm gonna put this in the back of the net. Let's, you know. And I think I hope it changes the tide, man. I hope we see more of that. It must be a massive win for the dressing room. Like it must be huge for the dressing room. You know, and there seems to be a lot of belief. 100%. I'm in the camp of like, I think we've had a good start to this season. Like it's not been perfect. It's bare injuries, all the context, all the stadiums that we've been to, all the tough matches that we've played already. Like we're not out of the title race. We're not far away. We're not needing teams to drop 2 games. You know, we don't need to make up that big of a margin on guys. And I think, obviously, as a biased Arsenal fan, I do think like we're going to get better as the season, you know, progresses. Like, as guys start coming back from injury, as we start realizing what your Perez and Odegaard can do different, you know, Odegaard starts playing all this kind of stuff. And Eze, man, Eze's cooking.
Eze played well.
Eze's cooking. Eze's looking like the product that
number 10.
Yeah, he's looking like the product that
a guy
we bought.
Take the ball between the lines and not be put on the floor at the first sign of contact.
There's no Grealish talk just yet. On Eze, he's actually just becoming the attacking
because Grealish
superpower.
It took Pep at least 2 years to put Grealish in a number 10 position, and that was because he just really had to get something out of it.
And it's big that Arteta started him. And also, I was going to say, just it lets you know that in training, Eze must be a monster. Like I guess Odegaard's never really had competition, or even though the weak ass competition that he's had, Arteta's never wanted to play them in Odegaard's position. But now it must be.
Well, we say weak ass competition. We both think that Ethan could have played there last year.
Yeah.
In Arteta's mind, it's Odegaard's way out here.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the Fabio Vieira and the Smith Rowes that he
Florian
didn't want to put.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. That like this would be one of those games where when they do the on this day, when they do the, you know, 5 years ago, who remembers when, and all of this kind of stuff. This will be.
I told you that the Vince
right. I mean, and I said it to you off air. I was like, on top of winning in adversity, like winning the game that we needed to win, making the 1 point at City look much better now because we've won at Newcastle. And I was like, I kind of want to play another big game right after the City game because how good does it feel? I feel like the team have answered a lot of questions in this Newcastle game. We're not really fans will calm down a little bit. I think now, you know how it was like hypertension, we're all on edge. I'll be washed. I'll be done.
Because everyone was just assuming it was going to be 8 points.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Are we washed? Are we done? Is it over? Type vibes. Yeah. So the team have thought they've done well. They've come back. All this kind of stuff. And I feel like that could only, if we had beaten Burnley in a late winner, if we had beaten,
it would have been
Wolves in a late winner. It's still good to beat these teams in a late winner, but because we've come through serious adversity in a big game on a late winner, like how good does that feel now going into the rest of the games that we have? And like after the City game with that taste in our mouths, it needed to be a big game. It needed to be a big win. And Arsenal
now you can look
at
the two of them and say we picked up 4 points.
Yeah, we've literally only dropped points to City and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Those are the only two teams you drop points to.
From Old Trafford, Anfield, and St James's, we got 6 out of 9.
Yeah, come on, man.
And obviously, ideally, you probably want 7, and that was taken away from our worldly free kicks. How mad can you really be? But I agree with you with the where were you on this day or this weekend? I think that's multiplied by the fact that not only did we win in the 96th minute, but Liverpool lost in the 97th minute, right? Which we'll get onto. But look, we've spoken about the stuff that went wrong in the adversity, especially with regards to Gabriel. Now the away day goals, away day Gabby, Anfield, St James's, Stamford Bridge,
Etihad,
Tottenham, Etihad. More to come. I'm gonna let you take this one, bro.
Bro, I've been saying how good. Gabby. Man, I just like we need to get this man a trophy. ASAP, bro. If you weren't,
I think this man's gonna get us a trophy,
bro. If your eyes weren't welling up when Gabriel was on his knees at full time, cheering, screaming, fucking ripping the badge. Bro, Gabriel loves this. He does this for a living. I've been saying how much I love Gabriel away day goals, especially. I think everybody loves Gabriel away day goals. But for me, honestly, man, I said it last year, like that Tottenham goal was so high up in my my favorite moments last year. And I think this one is going to be right there again. I already feel like it's going to be tough to beat this moment for me. Gabriel, in the 96th minute, in a crowded penalty box, everybody wants the ball, but who wants it the most? It's Gabriel, bro, flying into the front row. Saliba and Gabriel going crazy at the corner flag. Man, come get these two a trophy. Man. I can't speak highly enough, man. Gabriel is a leader. Every Arsenal fan knows the importance. I saw Jamie on Monday Night Football. He was like, I think for the last couple of years, I've always thought Saliba's above Gabriel. I thought he was always a level above. But really, now that I look at it, I think they're neck and neck. I think they're right there. Well, you're like 3 seasons, you're like 2 seasons late, man. Now you're just realizing, well, Gabriel's been doing this.
Not only 2 seasons late, you still think they're at the same level. Yeah. And Saliba did well when he came on. Yeah, obviously, that's a tough environment to come into, but we've been saying for 2 years that we think Gabriel's better than Saliba. I stand on there.
Literally the rock,
the best
man.
Centre back in the league.
These games that Arteta's playing with Saliba, he won't play with Gabriel.
Yeah. Well, do you remember when he was?
Well, that he was injured.
That started that 23-24.
I'm just accepting
the Saudi.
He was injured. Gabriel was injured.
Arteta was going to do Partey right
we know
back
that. And that's not to say that Gabriel won't be rotated or whatever it is, but let us go to St James's Park without Gabriel in the starting lineup. Yeah, let us go to fuck it. And I get it, the depth and everything. I get it. I hear it. We've got great defenders. No, we've got great defenders. I just don't think Arteta plays these games with Gabriel.
Yeah, he wouldn't. He honestly wouldn't. Because I think it's almost like in a game at St James's Park, what you get from Gabriel is more important than what you get from Saliba. Yeah, but that's not really a slight, because then I feel like in the Man City games against Pep and I feel like what you get from Saliba is probably more important than what you get from, and obviously they're both vitally important, but that's why we were both saying that Saliba has to come back in.
He's a funny guy, man, because Saliba he can actually play those QB quarterback passes.
Yeah. And look, we'll have a conversation on Saliba. Obviously, there's news on his contract, but sticking with the game, couple people to talk about. Now, obviously, Gabriel scores the winner, but he doesn't get the opportunity to score a winner unless Mikel Merino
gets an equalizer.
Does what Mikel Merino does. X Factor goals.
Go for it.
X Factor goals.
It was funny.
That header. The more I watch it back,
it's ridiculous.
It's
ridiculous.
We don't see goals like that.
And do you know what's funny about that? You can't really train for that one.
Yeah.
How many times is the ball ever going to come?
That's not a pattern of play. That's not been worked on.
How many times is the ball going to come in at that angle? Do you work?
And how many times is Merino going to put that?
The margin for error is so high on that shot. It's so that's why you would never work on it.
And I think that's a very important point to make because of how high that margin. It comes back to the whole adversity thing.
Yeah.
How high the margin for error is on that, and Merino's put it in probably the only place that Pope won't save it.
If you want to know how good that goal is, look at Pope's reaction when the ball hits the back of the comes off the post to hit the back of the net. But Pope can't believe it's the only place he couldn't get to. He thought that has to go past the post because I can't get down there that quickly. And he's taking a bounce. He's taking a bounce before his post.
I said it looked like a left foot shot. The way he's been placed into that corner. But look, again, Mikel Merino, one of the guys that we got onto last week, didn't have the greatest of games last week, but he's just invaluable.
It's funny. I was watching
because the goals that he'll come and score.
I was watching on Twitter. I was just scrolling, and they were doing this like Sky Sports reaction to the Arsenal win, and it was Tim Sherwood and some next presenter. And Tim Sherwood was just going, well, Mikel Merino was more of a goal threat than Eze. Fact. That's just a fact. I'd have Eze in my team all day long, but Mikel Merino was just that much of a bigger goal threat than him. Everybody knows that. And the way he was speaking about it, so like
categorical.
Everybody with a football brain knows that Mikel. And I'm like, yo, this is Eze that he's also talking about. Like Eze scores worldies and X, Y, and Z.
And it's also Mikel Merino.
But that's the thing. They brought the numbers to back it up. They're like, he scored 9 goals this calendar year for Arsenal, 6 goals for Spain this calendar year. Yo, if you really start to think about it, man, I'm like, I still don't really know.
Guys talking. I've seen guys podcasts, whatever. Jamie Carragher did his bit on Arsenal. He said Mikel Merino comes on. He's like, this guy, for whatever anyone wants to say about him, he's a goal scorer.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that. I still remember when we were watching the Merino stuff, and you were like, all of his goals seem to be headers from Sociedad. Yeah. And I just never, ever, ever thought that the conversation around Merino would be if he's nothing else, he's a goal scorer.
He's a goal scorer. Exactly. And that's and like how
I thought if Merino was nothing else, he was a pass progressor.
I'm not fully on. Merino can play striker, but I speak to guys and they're like, yeah, well, he's just a striker. I don't talk about Merino as he's
Arsenal's best striker.
I know Merino. I know there's more to Merino's game. I know he's multifaceted. I know that he's one of these positionless guys, if you really think about it. But it's just how definitively guys are happy to say that this is a goal scorer, this is a striker. Arsenal fans can't convince me otherwise. I'm not coming to your hipster games. I know I'm boxing him in now. I know what he is. Full stop. Bro.
But they do that because
it's tough to comprehend.
You can't admit to yourself as a rival fan that Merino can score is this prolific from midfield. Not even as a 10 from like a deeper role in mid. You can't tell yourself that because, like you say, that's a hard one to take for a rival fan. You have to tell yourself that he's a striker, and that's why he scores this.
And he's come off for Saka, man. Like that's a nuts decision from Arteta. Of vindicated 100%. Yeah, but there's also still 20 minutes to go. And Saka's come off for Mikel Merino. And as a casual, whoever you might be thinking, well, that's obviously Arsenal's best player coming off for a guy I've maybe heard of once or twice.
Defensive midfield.
Yeah. Arteta, he wants to shut up shop. He wants to make sure
We've got 3 DMs on there now. No,
it's nuts, man. Come on,
but
it's a massive call.
Yeah. And look, unbelievable goal. Shout out Mikel Merino always. Just a couple other guys to talk about. Yuri and Timber. I've seen was a lot of people's man of the matches. For me, that would probably go to one of the goal scorers, Merino or Gabriel, just because of how big it is. But Timber was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Going forward, getting back. I told you, Gordon in prison, lock-up job, nothing to be seen from him. And going forward, balls in the box.
Timber is super serious, man. It's actually sad that we missed a whole year of this.
Mm.
And you kind of forget about it, but it's actually sad that we missed a whole year of this. And he's come back. He's still 24, man.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, calm. Get Saka's contract done. We get Saka's contract done next. Timber.
Yeah.
I've got my order. It's Saka, Timber, Rice. Those are the contracts we need in the next 12 months. I need those sorted.
Timber will stay.
I need those sorted.
Timber will stay. Saliba's just stay. I think
No,
I think they're all gonna fall into.
No, exactly. Yeah, I think it gets ridiculous, as you say. And now that's
a huge,
that is massive. It's massive.
But yeah, look, Timber. I think I was thinking about this the other day. How mad is it? Yeah, that from when Saliba came into the team, those first 2 seasons when we finished second, I was quite vocal about the fact that I thought that Ben White for those 2 seasons was the best right back in the league.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, caveated with the fact that I still thought Trent was overall the best right back, but for those 2 seasons, I thought Ben White had done his thing. And then, obviously, last year Ben White was playing well up until he even when he was playing through injury, and then he was forced to come out of the team because the injury got that bad. And now the conversation is, guys, unanimously, Chelsea fans, United fans, Liverpool, that Timber's the best right back in the league.
Yeah. Guys are saying Europe now. Forget the league.
Or Europe.
We need to start walking. We need where does he rank among?
And Timber's got a bit of grace of God there from Trent leaving the league, because Ben White didn't have that. We always had to caveat that.
Yeah.
But just to go from. And Ben White's still at the football club. We saw Ben White minutes against Port Vale. But just to, you talk about Arteta making you love defenders. We've gone from Ben White, with us considering, or at the very least, top 3 right backs in the league, to the guy that we thought was an understudy being the best right back in the
100%. But it's not just us. We see it early. We've known how Timber's been bubbling for a while. But it does become sort of a unanimous opinion. Because even when Ben White was Ben White, it wasn't just us saying that he needs to get into the England team. Gabriel starts saying we need to do what we. Jamie starts saying what can we do to get this guy on the England team. The whole club, Michael Richards thought, I think guys are really missing a trick with Ben White. He's been phenomenal for the past. There comes a point where even beyond just Arsenal love and bias and all that kind of stuff, everyone else is like, oh, okay, no, this guy is a serious player. And as you say, you're getting to that point now already with Timber, where Arsenal fans have been raving about Timber. I literally said he was my player of the season last year. I actually said he was my favorite player last year. Now, a lot of as you say, a lot of the consensus starts to lean towards, is he the best in the league? Where does he rank in Europe? Top, And Arteta, bro, he's defensively, he's got that. And Mosquera will be on the same trajectory. I don't know how Mosquera gets in, because Saliba's obviously just signed a 5-year deal. Gabriel's also locked himself in, but. Actually, I think Mosquera will be in the same trajectory of Arsenal fans are hyping about him. We're hyping about him now. Every team needs a Mosquera. And then 6-12 months time, it'll be like, well, where does Mosquera? Is Mosquera the best backup centre-back in the league? Mosquera needs to go somewhere else to get game time. It's unfair to keep Mosquera down at the club. There'll be all that kind of conversation.
Wait for Nketiah minutes. Wait for Nketiah minutes. It's gonna go overboard. But yeah, so I just think that's a bit mad that we've just transitioned from that. How many other teams can lose what they think is the
best
and have them replaced with the best right back in the league?
By the time City and guys were losing Walker, City fans wanted to chase Walker out.
Matthias Nunes came in.
AC Milan fans didn't want Walker back.
Yeah,
I'll do anything to make sure this guy
Trent hounded. Frimpong. Jeremy Frimpong will get there.
Question marks.
And then, look, two more guys, lastly. And then we'll wrap it up on Arsenal. But firstly, we'll go for Declan Rice, because this might be a bit of a shorter conversation. I just wanted to say, last week, obviously, I didn't think any of the midfield played well. I've already spoken about Zubimendi, Moreno. It's just when and we already kind of knew this, but when you see Declan Rice put in these performances, it does just make you think that or at least it makes me think that he might be the sort of the MVP in a sense of the team in the terms of like, I don't know if we can win a title without Declan Rice.
Yeah,
You say, if Saliba comes out and Mosquera is there, or obviously you don't want to play games with Gabriel, and obviously there's a drop off, but I just don't know if you can win a league without Declan Rice. And the way he played yesterday is exactly why you can't go to St. James's Park and win.
I'll put it this way,
player.
And okay, this might need to get edited out.
Okay, go ahead.
But do I think we could stumble to the league with a Calafiori, Mosquera back two, or like a Saliba, Mosquera, or Gabriel, one of them out, maybe even both of them out, but we've got Timber and we've got Mosquera and Calafiori and Hincapié as the back four, and we have 4 or 5 games to play.
Yeah.
Do I think that back four can do enough? Only concede 2-3 goals maybe in those games?
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. Do I think we can stumble to the league without Declan Rice? Regardless of who else is fit, 100%. Regardless of Eze or Odegaard, I don't think we can stumble to the last 5 games when we push, just bandage whatever we need Declan Rice 100%, in that team. 100%. Offensively and defensively, literally.
Yeah, because he even picked up an assist.
Literally, It's for me. I agree with your point wholeheartedly, man.
Because even if you take Eze out, and we need Eze, we've already spoken about how good Eze was. But like you say, could you stumble to it with Odegaard, Saka fit, Gyökeres,
Noni, exactly,
Trossard, Martinelli? Even if you took Gyökeres out, could you stumble there with Havertz, Marino, and whatever you want to do? Even to the point now
take us when we got no guard.
For years we've said Saka's our best player. Saka probably still is our best player. Yeah, we're not taking that. But you take Saka out of the team, and if Noni has to do a shift there and whatever. But I just don't think we could win this league without Declan Rice.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. And I was saying, I feel like with Declan Rice, yes, he has these I don't want to say lackluster games because his level is still so high, but he has these games where he's not like how he was yesterday.
Yeah. But he's a 7 out of 10.
Exactly. I really feel like the only time Declan Rice gets his criticism is when he's not playing football. Whenever a Declan Rice game is on, whenever Arsenal are playing, whenever England are playing, it's how good was he? Most interceptions, most yards run, most tackles, more aerial duels, all that kind of stuff. And then he doesn't play the next game, and Caicedo's playing, whoever else is playing, and guys are Rice would never do that. Guys are still look at Rice's phase 1 build up, and then Rice plays the next game, and it's most tackles, most interceptions, most and then it's all crickets again on what Rice does.
We saw some of the passes that Rice was doing in phase 1 build up.
Rice has got brilliant technique, man. I don't know why guys are frightened on it.
But so I wanted to give him his praise, and lastly, Odegaard. Now, look, a lot has been said on this pod.
My capitan.
Yeah, no.
No, you
stay on that side.
My stocks. I was popping stocks all season.
My Odegaard 8 stocks. From 18 months ago, I was investing there.
I'm investing in the 6 stocks right now.
The double pivots. No, look, a lot has been said, and look, we've wanted Odegaard to just get back to a level that can be acceptable, basically. Not to make it too deep or whatever, but just I don't need you to hit 15 goals. I don't even really need you to hit 10, but can we just get to
he got an assist yesterday, great, calm. But I had already, and I said this before in the pod, I had already accepted the drop in numbers, but we were still getting what I thought was like the master, I'm the master of this. I'm controlling the game. I'm coming and I'm playing passes that no one else is really playing. And I agree that yesterday or Sunday, whenever it was one of the first times in a long time that Odegaard played the ball, and I thought, not many people on this pitch are playing that ball other than him.
I mean, the Lewis Skelly pass,
and even the other one to Declan Rice that went out for a corner. Where you just sucked the defender and fizzed it through his legs. Rice was coming. I'm like, Odegaard, he played that casually. And as you say, man, the Lewis Skelly one. I mean,
that's a ridiculous.
They literally cut like 6 or 7 guys out the game. The weight of the
I don't even know how you've seen it.
The weight of the pass is perfect. The pass is perfect. If he can give us that, like consistently, either starting or potentially coming off the bench, which I thought was interesting. Bro, the Sky, especially for talk about fluidity and clunkiness, and the Sky becomes sort of the limit if you can get Odegaard, Eze, Saka, Gyökeres, and someone else on the pitch together, be that Trossard or Martinelli or Noni or even Marino or even Havertz, which is crazy, a lot of names. But like, if you can get those guys on the pitch together, I don't think we're going to be hearing handbrake talk and chance creation talk
100%,
and you know how
just
negative.
Odegaard and Eze on
yeah, exactly. How negative or the ball will move between the lines.
Yeah, and look, all of that we're talking about is quality on the pitch there, but what I was most impressed by and most happy about with Odegaard was that he got substituted on in, what was it, like the 80th minute or whatever, yeah. And then there was like 10 minutes, 8-9 minutes added time. So in that 20 minutes, I saw a captain,
a leader.
Yeah, I saw a guy who wanted to win the game, was doing what he needed. He
didn't want to let his team down.
Exactly. Yeah, but
not
only
scruff of the neck.
Not only, I just want to do my job and not let the team down. I'm really gonna push this agenda. I'm really gonna come onto this pitch, demand the ball from any position and push this ball forward, make passes like you say that other people can't play, and make a difference. There was like a real sort of intensity and attitude from Odegaard when he came on the pitch that I was like, yes, bro.
I do wonder what it is. Sometimes I think it's semi-lazy, but I do wonder what it is. I don't know if it can just be down to competition, but I do think there is a large part of it that is down to competition. But it does feel good. I mean, for Odegaard to stay in the team, he's the captain, still Arteta's son, all of that I agree. But I think with the introduction of Eze and even the form of Marino and guys, I think Odegaard, to stay in the team, he has to play his stuff. He has to show his ability, as opposed to Odegaard last season, where even if he never showed his ability because of the captain and all these other political factors, he had to get to start. He had to play. He was the best engine. He could last 90 minutes. He could press. He sets his things up. He's the most like temperamental guy. He's not going to get flustered and all this kind of stuff. But he didn't have to be the chance creator, metronome, El Jugador guy and still get in the team sheet week in, week out. I think at least, or I'm hoping, with Eze here and Eze 10 minutes, I don't think Eze is a shoe-in to start 10 every game, but I think unless Odegaard is showing his ability and his quality every week, I hope Arteta won't be quick or too slow to just move Eze in there and have Odegaard back on what he just did at Newcastle, just coming off the bench to make things. I think Odegaard knows more than ever, just getting by in these games, as you said, just doing my job, getting by in these games. I don't know how much that's enough now with guys who are... Bro, Eze comes in, and this is meant to be an Odegaard praise session, but as it comes in and I see left foot and right foot shots at the edge of the box. No need.
2 touches.
Left foot and right foot. I don't have to wait for the most perfect opportunity to try and curl a shot on my left. No, I'm just going to force this one in.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's going to change a lot for Arteta. And any of those go in and we start going 1-2-0 up early because Eze has just got a cannon on each feet.
Yeah.
It starts getting really long for guys, man.
100%. But yeah, look, shout out to Odegaard because he did what he needed to do on the weekend. All right, moving it on to Liverpool. Oh, hang on one sec. You're getting a phone call. It's for you. It's Eddie. Spotlight's blinking.
Oh my god. Shout out my guy.
Eddie.
Your defense is in trouble.
Nketiah in the room. Now, look, when Eddie moved to Palace, we got a lot wrong. We got a lot wrong.
Or were we just early?
Yeah, maybe foresight.
Were we just?
maybe. But one thing about Eddie, which you do get when you sign a Premier League player, when you sign a player from a club like Arsenal or Chelsea or wherever, they've played in big matches. They've played in big moments. Eddie's dunked on Manchester United in last minutes of games. Right? Liverpool. So, do we start with Palace or do we start with Liverpool? Because Palace deserve that praise.
No, we start with Palace.
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out Glasner, man.
18 games.
18 games unbeaten. But it's not just that. We saw how there was talking about Glasner, the chairman, I forget his name now, Steve Parish, I think, at the end of the FA Cup. He was talking about how Glasner's changed his club and we have a top manager. And, you know, before he came, we didn't really believe we could win trophies and all this kind of stuff, yeah? So they were proper eulogizing him. I hear it first trophy for Crystal Palace. Literally no shame in that. But now I'm looking at things. I'm like, oh, okay, well, where does this
What's the
story?
ceiling?
Yeah. Where does this sort of end? Like he's like, it's one thing having good form with a team like Crystal Palace and all this kind of stuff, and putting together losing your players and still being competitive and putting together a good side and X, Y, and Z. But I don't know, man. When you start going 18 games unbeaten and like throwing your weight around in the club and having results go your way, no, we're not losing Gahey. I refuse to lose Gahey on the final day of the season, or I walk. Club are like, yo, we need you. So all right, we'll keep Gahey, and the proof is in the pudding. It gets nuts because Crystal Palace start to do more and more and more.
Yeah.
They start believing that they have one here, and we've got a guy that we can trust and believe in. And who did you say you wanted from Dortmund? Calm. I'll push the boat out a little. We'll go and spend 35 on him.
I mean, I'm not really sure that Yeremy Pino's from Palace is scouting. But he looks like he understands a 3-4-3 and a left 10 and what to do in those pockets and where to be and where to position himself defensively. And
Glasner's doing a hell of a job, man.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I think I said to you on Sunday, I've always kind of feel like there's an expiration date on these 3-back formations, 5-back formations. Like even the best at it, Antonio Conte, has an expiration date at every club he goes to, whether that's for the formation or for
other reasons.
Yeah. But but with Glasner, it's looking like, well, they've won the FA Cup. They then want to win the Community Shield. They're in the Conference League this year, which, as much as Palace fans would have wanted to be in the Europa League, the positive you can take is that you probably have a better chance of winning this,
Yeah.
And I was hearing it on the radio the other day, and they were like, if Glasner's picked up an FA Cup, a Community Shield, and a Conference League,
come on,
in 2 years at Palace, back-to-back years at Palace,
come on.
And I was thinking about it because I was like, I really think they can win that Conference League.
Yeah, they probably will have one of the best teams.
And I was like, that's a bit of a mad back-to-back for Glasner, for a team like Palace, who, what was it? They never won a trophy.
Yeah.
And now Glasner's going back-to-backs. Some managers who play that same system can't go back-to-back with wins.
Yo, it really does start to get booky, especially as you say, if he wins the Conference League. And Selhurst Park is tough for anybody to go. Let alone some next man from Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan.
You honestly may as well go Gala.
Yeah, even if I don't know if Betis and these lot are there, but whoever that 7th place Spanish team is, you don't want to go to Selhurst. You're not gonna come and just play tippy tap and thing. Well, Will Hughes was around. Commander, he's around.
Yeah.
You know,
the class.
So no, and Palace is a team that I don't necessarily hate. So I feel like
I hate the fixture, but I don't hate the team.
Yeah. And you know what? It's good because they share the love. Like it's not just they're not zoning in on Arsenal. We're just gonna ruin your day.
Yeah.
It's like I see Chelsea, that in their unbeaten run, they've not lost to Liverpool 3 times.
Liverpool in there 3 times.
No, and another thing I like about Glasner, man, I don't even know what's real and what's fake, but I like the chest that Glasner has for some other managers, where he's talking about systems and he starts saying what can be done, what can't be done.
Yeah.
Start repeating systems. I'm on your game. And starts talking to Pepe. I get it. Like you need to this Pep and it's all these guys that are playing it's 5D chess that these guys are playing. Yeah, but I don't know, man. If you're as like KD saying in basketball, man, if you're making the shots, it doesn't. That's the nature of the game. Talk your shit.
Yeah.
Tell the other manager. I'll figure you out. I'm gonna mind map this out. I'll watch the tape. I'm coming back stronger.
And Palace fully deserved to win that game. They should have been 4-0 up at half time. And
Palace just look balanced as bro. Yeah, Munoz and Mitchell on either side. It brings unreal balance to the team.
Yeah,
it brings.
I've tried to tell guys that Tyrick Mitchell's better than Luke Shaw for so long.
And I remember Tyrick Mitchell's debut was under Hodgson. I was like, oh, this guy Tyrick Mitchell seems to be getting a couple games. Shaky, he's up, he's down.
Guys,
now Tyrick Mitchell was just
he had a Wan-Bissaka flaw. But I think a lot of that's Glasner, right? Glasner's elevated him
big time.
Like because I also never ever thought, again, like we can draw comparisons to Man United and what's going on there because of the formation and whatever. I never thought Dalot was a right back. Yeah, in the same way that I never thought that Tyreek Mitchell was a wing back.
He was a wing back. Yeah.
And I always thought Dalot was a wing back and Mitchell was a full back. But Dalot's gone to wing back and he looks just as bang average as he did.
Yeah, I mean, and Wharton and Kamada shouldn't be as
like Wharton
should be 18 games unbeaten.
Wharton could cover some ground, but he's not like a monster in there.
And every scouting profile will tell you Kamada doesn't work in the Prem. That player plays.
As a 2-man. I get it if you want to play him as one of the 10s, but no. Look, man, quality from Palace, well done. A quality finish from Eddie Nketiah as well.
Man. Enough love for Eddie, and there's United, and there's Tottenham, and there's other teams to go.
Yeah,
Eddie will be watching.
100%. I feel like this must have been like one of Eddie's first games back because he was injured for.
Yeah, he was injured for a bad time.
So yeah, that was unbelievable, man. When I got that news,
I mean, the scenes were literally ridiculous.
Like, pandemonium at Palace. was the commentary.
That's great. That's great.
And we saw the limbs.
That is great.
We had to go back, look at that stand behind the goal. What they call the loudest stand in the Premier League.
I don't know how Eddie keeps his cool and stuff. Like, not even just with the finish, but in the celly.
Yeah, the celly. I don't know how he's done that.
I've just got the win here in Liverpool. My home fans have been.
But at the same time, it comes back to that point. Like,
you've been working for this.
Eddie scored big goals.
Yeah.
Like I don't really want to say he's been there and done that. But he has scored big goals for big clubs.
Still,
in big games.
Man, I'm losing, man. I'm jumping into the stands. I'm Paulinho. I'm shut off.
But I don't know if you want to be Paulinho. But,
except this goal matters. Like,
exactly. No, the celebration, I'm with you. I'm saying that more so in the sense of I think the chest control.
Yeah. He's got that.
He's a level of calm.
He's got that. Like, we always said
I'm not going to panic in this situation.
We always said that if you give Eddie chances to score, we've always been on record saying
that. Anything else on Palace or?
Yeah, like not anything major, but I see what guys have cottoned on. We should have patterned the prototype talk, man. We should have patterned the time ago. Lacroix. I'm seeing Tiao. I'm seeing Bear prototypes all up and down the league now. Literally every team has got themselves a 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah. But what I will say is that they're all knockoffs.
Yeah, they are.
From the original.
No. The Compound V original star boy.
Yeah. William Saliba, who again we'll get there. But no, Lacroix looks a very, very good player.
He's the prototype. He looks like what you need in the Premier League.
Yeah, that is the thing. Is that like I don't. It's funny because a lot of these guys we've mentioned that like I don't really know if they're good. Like, great defenders.
No, they're just what you need in the Premier League.
They're strong, they're fast, they're physical. And especially next to someone like Gahey, who Gahey's like he's not quite the prototype.
Yeah.
Like 6'2",
exactly.
6'3".
Yeah.
But Gahey's a very good defender.
He's a
very good defender. So you pair the two of them together.
It's an issue.
Yeah. That's why I think that's a separate conversation, but that's why I think Konza's a bit above Gahey because Konza's the prototype and he's a very good defender. So, Calvin Bassey, even I think I'm watching Bassey closely. Looks like he might be taking his game up a level, playing next to Anders.
He's learning.
Now Liverpool. Now in the last 5 weeks or so, questions have been asked about Liverpool's performances, but it's difficult to ask any questions or entertain the conversation if you keep winning. Like we said, results-based business. That's basically what matters at the end of the day. That's going to form or shape an opinion of a game. But now they've lost, and the gap is 2 points, not the 8 points that Liverpool fans thought it was going to be. And yet another poor performance. Jamie Carragher did a bit on MNF. He said the Arne Slot went for a diamond midfield because in the Community Shield game, Munoz was getting bare space. So he just left Kirkes out there to mark him and adverts in there. And that's why Pino and Sarr got all the chances that they got.
Yeah.
Right, because no one was basically marking them. Now, that to me, because the conversation has to be had, everyone wants to tread on eggshells and tiptoes, but and I'm just gonna tee Michael up for this because I feel like he's been thinking about what he's gonna say on this player.
Chomping at the bit.
Yeah. So now the conversation has to be asked because the slot's now changed to a diamond midfield. You've already spoken about what you think Liverpool's best team is. Is Florian Wirtz being shoehorned
100, bro,
into?
And I need to preface this, like, because I like Florian Wirtz, I know is a good player. I know that as a fact. Bundesliga, there is obviously some tax, but I've seen him, Champions League. I've seen him play for Germany. I've seen him be a good player in a couple of different settings. Yeah,
but some people are saying that he can't really play without Granit Xhaka, and we haven't seen him play without Granit.
But to the point about him being shoehorned in, yeah, man, like it seemed as if, and like I don't know, there's still a lot of time to tell, but it seemed as if maybe Wirtz was just an opportunity that you had to take because Slot liked the player and there was an opportunity to get him, as opposed to Slot spoke to Wirtz and said that I'm basing this system around you and you're my guy, you're my number one, you're my everything type vibe. Because if Slot did do that, then there would have been other transfers that had to have been made in midfield and, X, Y, and Z. The way it is right now, and I still stand on Liverpool's best side. Like Slobber's for me, he's been like Liverpool's best player. Like Slobber's has to start for Liverpool and has to start in midfield, in my mind, for Liverpool.
Yeah,
you live and die with Conor Bradley and Frimpong because you bought Frimpong.
Yeah,
that's your player, and you spoke so highly of Conor Bradley last season. When Trent was leaving, you talked about how good Conor was and what Conor was on and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, so I think your midfield composition has to involve Slobber's and obviously Gravenberch. yeah. So that leaves one position for McAllister or Wirtz. And McAllister's been up and down, but I think even his up and down is still better than what Wirtz is offering you, man.
At least right now.
Right now. Like Wirtz really is like I hear it, man. Like,
but then the conversation is, and obviously, like you want to win games, you want to win titles. Is it about winning the games now? And if that means Wirtz is on the bench, or running through with this and Wirtz in the team to get Wirtz to a level.
This is why I said I always liked the fact that Liverpool were going to get Wirtz for the money that they were going to get Wirtz at. Because the right thing might be to let Wirtz just sit one out on the bench a little bit, let the team find its feet. And when Wirtz comes into a fully firing team that's scoring 3-4 goals every week, playing fluid football, it's just easier. He'll find his positions, he'll find the balls to Salah, X, Y, and Z, yeah? But that might be the right thing to do. But because he's cost what he's cost, if you bench him for any period of time, serious questions, media have to start asking questions. Why did you spend so much money on a guy who you think, is your second choice 10 or second choice 8 or whatever it is?
Sanction the deal.
And that's what it is. Those are the positions that Slot has put himself in. This has to, when you spend 100 plus on a guy, it has to work, man. Otherwise, you'll get asked questions about him every week. Every week. Why is he not in the squad? Why is it taking so long? Do you not trust him? Has he flopped? Is he a failure? And as I say, I still think Wirtz is a good player. And I still think that goals and assists don't necessarily define someone's game. But the issue with Wirtz is for the money that they spent on him, it's not just that he's lacking goals and assists. He's lacking like all-round influence in the game.
Yeah. But also because I've had this conversation with other people recently, like Martin Odegaard at the end of last season, he actually picked up 3 goals and 8 assists in the Premier League.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Those were actually Nick did the deep dive.
I done the research.
Nick's an Odegaard stan. He's been there through the dark times and he's gonna stay there. So, and I was like, damn, okay, you know what? Like, but I think 2 of them were penalties. One of them came against Southampton on the last day of the season. But whatever, yeah. And I don't think that's good enough. But I know Odegaard does kind of do the other stuff in the game.
Yeah.
The politician stuff, pick the ball up, dictate the play, move it forward. But there comes a point, similarly to a conversation we have about Pedro Neto, and Pedro Neto's all-round game is nice. But there comes a point where, as an attacking player, if you're not contributing with goals and assists, then that essentially means that you're not
an attacking player.
You're not affecting the game. Like, you can still affect the game without GA, but you're not across the whole season. Yeah, like there can be individual games where you don't, where I can accept you're not picking up a GA and you've played well.
Yeah,
you've affected the game.
Yeah,
but across the whole season, if Verts' GA numbers are 4 goals, 4 assists,
no,
across the whole season,
good enough.
I'm not trying to hear that his all-round game is nice and he's affected games.
Hey, but these 100 million plus signings, bro, they come with so many conundrums, and I agree with you. Like I said it before the pod. Like, if I'm not, it's the reason I had Verts and Isak my top 2 signings. You're meant to move the needle, bro. You can sign bare guys that will get you 4 and 4. Yeah. So if you're meant to be moving the needle, I said Verts has to have a minimum of 10 and 10, and even then it would still be lackluster for the money that they've spent on him. But I think more so for the goals and assists, it's really just for this specific, like, first initial 7 to 10 games. Like, cool, if you don't score in your first 10 Premier League games, are you a flop? No. Yeah? But if you don't do anything.
Yeah.
If you don't do anything in your first 10 Premier League games, if you don't offer, your team are winning without you, your team are losing with you, you're like, if you're not doing anything to show signs, like, what is the manager meant to do? Now everyone's saying that Verts is a left winger. Like, the midfield experiment is done.
He's not.
And Verts is a left. Right now. Is that really what's like? And the worst thing that can happen to you is they start moving you and unlock Verts. What do we need to unlock Verts? And we just started forever Leverkusen comps about how Verts was playing at Leverkusen, and we need to sign a Xhaka to unlock him. We need to sign this type of winger to unlock Verts because of X, Y. But he cost 130 million.
And you have Gabriel, who's the best DM in the world.
Bro, if I start hearing we need to sign someone to unlock my 130 million pound player,
I saw someone getting onto a Liverpool fan about Florian Wirtz, and the Liverpool fan was saying, at the moment, I don't think it's a Wirtz problem. I think it's a Slot problem. And Slot needs to do more. And the guy was like, "Oh, is Slot telling Wirtz to underhit 5-yard pass?"
Yeah.
Like you say, there's not really anything to cling on to. Like, Liverpool fans want to throw out the classic Man United Jadon Sancho, or he's looked nice in the pockets.
Even Jamie's Monday Night Football thing yesterday, I thought was lazy. Like,
yeah, I missed it.
I hear it. Jamie saying, Wirtz plays a certain way, Liverpool play a certain way. Effectively, he's saying Wirtz needs to do more, but like, Liverpool need to do more for Wirtz. Yeah. I'm like, that's a cop out. Yeah, and I hear it because there are some valid points in that.
That's a valid point if the player costs 60 million.
Exactly. Yeah. And also, this Liverpool team has just won the league without Wirtz. Now what? If Wirtz comes in, and everybody's like, well, let's Salah, let's stop it. Let's no longer feed Salah. Let's no longer feed, Gakpo with the channels. Let's no longer move it.
Now Salah's isolated when he actually has a 10 to play with.
Like, now the Liverpool team must be like, no, let's no longer do that. We've got to go through Wirtz because of it. Wirtz has to come in, and the price doesn't matter to him because he hasn't demanded to cost that much. But because Slot has shown so much backing to bring him to the club, Wirtz has got to come and show, guys, this is why the manager did what he did for me. This is why the manager went that high. This is why the club went that high for me. And I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure X, Y, and Z. But as you say, I'm not trying to hear he's tidy in the pockets. I'm not trying to hear he needs to learn and adapt to the league. Guys want to tell me how great Nketiah is, and I think Nketiah is a really good player.
Yeah.
He's come from the same league. He's had the same challenges that Wirtz has had.
Yeah.
Like,
even Xavi Simons, and I think Xavi Simons has been poor since he's come, but I've still seen more
something
in very, very, very small flashes.
Yeah.
That is what I've seen from Wirtz. But look, that's the conversation on him. That conversation is just going to build. The pressure is just going to build and build and build. Because that's what happens when you have 100 million player. Our 100 million player, we can't win the league without. Yeah. And there are more 100 million pound players around the league. 2 of them play in West London for Blue Co. And they just got moved to by their feeder club.
The Young G's.
Chelsea, I heard this on Match of the Day when I was watching it, had 4 ex-Brighton players in their starting 11 for that game against Brighton. Robert Sanchez.
That's crazy. Cucurella,
JP, and Caicedo. Yeah, they all started. Now, Hurstler has won 3 on the bounce against Chelsea. which Chelsea fans can't stand because they take everyone from Brighton. They take the sporting directors,
coaching
the
staff,
coaches, the staff, the physios, the chefs, all of it. And Hursla's just gone on 1-3 on the row, and he's it seems to be that Maresca just can't get any points on Hursler.
There's no shame in that.
No. You need to get some points.
You need to get some points.
Even Thomas Frank picked up.
Okay, there's no shame for me in Hursley being a better manager than Maresca. I think the shame for Maresca comes in like where this defeat is placed along the string of defeats. How we needed a big game at Newcastle to turn tides and answer any questions that were lingering on about us. Chelsea needed this, and Brighton is a relatively big. Like, if you beat Brighton at home, it's you've beaten a good team at home. You know? We've lost to Bayern, we've drawn with Brentford, we've lost to Man United, but it was blips and red cards, and now that that's over, we're going to get back on track. That was what Chelsea fans wanted, and Maresca, the questions and pressure is turning up. And I said it, I remember I was arguing with my Chelsea fan, a friend, about can Maresca be under pressure this season? And at the beginning of the season, Chelsea fans were making it seem to me like, we're here for the long haul, it's project, it's Club World Cup vibes, it's hype. Well, I think, and I still think Chelsea will finish up there or thereabouts. But I do think that if Maresca starts losing 3 games in a row, not beating the Brightons, not beating the Man United, who everybody's getting points at, I just feel like Chelsea haven't changed that much as a club. Like, I know people want to convince me that they've changed. I just don't feel like Chelsea have changed that much. And
I feel like you were trying to convince me.
No.
The Chelsea third?
Oh, no. I had high hopes for Chelsea. Well, I think maybe I had high hopes for Chelsea because I think Chelsea should be under pressure. I still don't understand.
Agreed.
I still don't understand how Chelsea can spend the money that they spend and still be on some, like, we're just happy to accept maybe 4th. Or
just have the centre backs and goalkeeper that they have.
But that's my point, is
with the amount of money that they've spent.
Well, Chelsea have got to do so much more. And the issue is, I think the squad is good enough to be better than the rest. Say it's Liverpool, Arsenal, City, and then the rest. I think Chelsea have the squad to be better than the rest. But what these last couple of weeks have shown me is that the manager, like, I think Eddie Howe would use Chelsea squad better than Maresca would use Chelsea squad.
Yeah.
You know? And like Iriola and all these other guys, I feel like Maresca can find himself more in a dogfight with these next guys. Then,
Hursla's right there.
Exactly. Like, I think he can find himself more in a dogfight with these next managers than I thought at the beginning of the season. Every week it just seems to be terrible decision after terrible decision. I still don't understand the whole shit the bed when I lose a player.
Yeah. No, Maresca needs to wake up, and red cards are costing them points. Maresca came out and said they've lost 5 games since whenever.
He said the club. He's like, I woke up this morning and the club sent me statistics.
Yeah.
Out of our last 5 losses, we had red cards in 4 of them.
And, that's what happens, bro. And those, like you said it, those are points that you can't get back.
No,
they're gone now.
Well, the Man United loss and this loss on the weekend, they are gone
back
now.
To back.
6. Those are 6 points you're never getting back.
You
have to go to a Liverpool and win.
Yeah, otherwise it's 3 Premier League losses on the bounce.
Yeah.
Which is, for any Chelsea manager, you know you're under pressure at that point.
Because your Hurslers and your Iriolas and your Eddie House aren't going to lose 3 games in a row like that. They'll pick up a draw. They'll pick up your Thomas Franks. They'll pick up a draw. They'll pick up your, you know.
Agreed.
So they'll always be moving forward.
One last point on Chelsea, because I think the other stuff, obviously, there's Danny Welbeck and whoever can do MVPs. But I said it to you off air. The conversations around Chelsea's squad have changed quite drastically, and
in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and especially the last 2 weeks. But we were seeing signs from the start that they may be, like, they got lucky against Fulham.
Yeah.
Lucky they drew at home to Palace with the Eze free kick that should have stood.
Yeah.
Levi Colwill. Yeah. Now I'm on record, Levi Colwill hater. I have an agenda against Levi Colwill, and I am a hater. I still am. Yeah. But I'm gonna take the rose tinted glasses off for a second here and actually say that, like, you seem quite obviously the A side.
Yeah.
People like Chelsea fans would have told us that before, but I wouldn't. You can't really like listen to what Chelsea fans have to say about football. But last year I was like, well, it could be whoever he's playing with.
I was gonna say
A side, but it's quite obvious that without Levi Colwill, they just don't seem to be. And they've been a fairly good defensive team last year, maybe the year before with Poch. Yeah, without him, it seems like they're just at sixes.
No, but it's like not just that the team needs him in order to keep clean sheets and pick up points and stuff, but like in every individual, like Cucurella needs him, Chalobah needs him, Sanchez, like
Caicedo,
like every single individual player, needs Colwill back. They all
Sanchez,
exactly. They all need Colwill to be back. And it's like, oh, now I know what to do.
And it just seems to give him like an extra 2, 3, 4, 5%. Yeah,
this is the safe option. I can go back to him.
It was funny. Like Chelsea fans used to say, "Yeah, he's our Gabriel," and I used to be like, "Are you?" Put like when the fun stops. Like, put it down, bro. Look, we don't need to. But it's obviously not the same. Gabriel's top level. But I am starting to kind of see.
No, he's so clearly. I agree with you. So clearly the A side, and every one of those defenders is like when they have the ball, it's almost as if they're looking up, hoping just to see Colwill as the easy option.
Yeah,
to
so
start
he can
phase
find.
one. Yes, exactly. So he can start phase one build up. Now when you're asking me to start phase one build up, it's all over the place. How
many headers, long throw, set pieces have Chelsea conceded from this year? And I never really thought that Colwill was.
But I still agree with you. Like I don't even understand the clamoring for Achimpong. I don't know how good he is. But I don't understand that, like, we've spent so much money, but I'm looking at team sheets and I can't believe the team sheet. I'm looking at the bench and I can't believe the bench.
I mean, Disasi would have been nice right now, no?
I do think Maresca has a bit of an issue with the. It's not his. It's Semi's fault, but not his fault. Like, what can he do? He's got 45 players.
Yeah.
But there should never be no chance for a player to get back in.
Agreed. The Sterling one, I don't think is Maresca at all. That's the club saying he's ripping us for all of this money. Even though that's the contract that we gave him.
We all know what it is with the Sterling one. Like, I'm sure Sterling had offers from other clubs and he turned them down. I also don't blame him, especially if he plans to retire when his contract is done. So I do hear it, but I agree. Like, for these guys like Disasi and X, Y, and Z, I don't know if it should really be Siberia. You right now there is no.
There should be an opportunity.
Yeah, right? It should be a level playing field.
Like, like you said, look at who's playing.
Yeah,
at centre back.
They're clamoring for Achimpong. Can he be really better than that much better than Disasi? I get it, he's a Cobham boy and X, Y, and Z, but
I'm not even sure Hato is better than Disasi.
Yeah, I forget they've got Hato.
Yeah, but yeah, look, Maresca, you need to rise on Saturday. Big game against Liverpool at the Bridge. Now we've kind of mentioned here and there Amorim 3-4-3. Keith Andrews took him to school, taught him a lesson. And I think Amorim thought that Keith Andrews was going to come with a 3-5-2 like he did against Chelsea, and he thought I'll stick Maguire and De Ligt in there. Because if you're going to play wingers with Sharda and Dango, then Lenny Yoro has to be in the team because he's the only one that can deal with defending in wide areas. But look, we can get onto the Brentford side of things. Obviously, Keith Andrews is going to get his praise. Eagle Thiago with the screamer. I was actually going to ask you, Eagle Thiago's first goal, Eddie's goal, and Marino's goal.
What's the better goal?
1-3.
I think Marino's is actually the most difficult finish.
Really?
Then I would go with Thiago's and then Eddie's. Because I think Thiago's is the most,
I think the Thiago one
maybe
is
impressive finish.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't need to put it there. Like,
yeah.
Like, it is.
I mean, if the goalkeeper's good, he has to put it there.
It's cannoned off the inside top right. You call it, boys.
Half volley, left foot, outswing.
No, it's the most impressive finish. I mean, I still just can't believe he was on. Like, not that he was onside, but like how those events have transpired. Then the finish.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought he's gone for that finish because he knows he's offside.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter.
He just puts foot through it.
I can hit this. And it's just crashed the back of the net.
I mean, Man United have got serious problems. Like Keith Andrews, but you've enough respect for Keith Andrews. I was disrespecting you earlier on in the season. I need to hold up my hands and say my bad. I feel like for a set piece coach, bro, you've come. I don't know. It's Amorim, yeah. So I don't know how far to go, but you've come and you've done a competent job.
I mean, it's Keith Andrews is 6th game in charge.
Yeah. He's got 2 wins.
And it is Amorim, but Amorim's won titles.
I like the tactical switch up, man. You was playing 5 at the back the other week. You know you can get at this team. You're at home. You're not gonna like see what Man United are on today and then make the changes.
Yep.
You're gonna make the changes from the jump and tell the team that this is what we're doing today. And like as you say, to be so new in the job and have that mentality, I think that's a lot about.
It's brave. And it worked out well.
I think that says a lot about Keith Andrews.
And obviously the Jensen screamer.
Oh, bro.
Unbelievable goal.
I mean, I still can't believe Brentford have beaten Man United 3 out of the 4 years here you know, at the stadium.
The G-Tex.
I think the Premier League, they know what they're doing with these like early the fixtures that Man United get. Well. Have Man United played Brighton already?
No, that's coming. That's coming. But the 12:30 this weekend is Leeds Tottenham at Ellen Road. But look, Keith Andrews praise Jensen, Igor Thiago, Yarmouk, all those guys. Big conversations on Man United. Now, Ruben Amorim, does he have to go? Of
course. Well, I'm like, I agree. Before I was not even before I was toying. I knew for a time he had to go, but now I'm like, you know when you like rob a bank or you break into a shop to rob?
No, not really.
Okay, well, imagine breaking into a shop or robbing a bank in GTA. You're putting the money in the bag. You're putting the money in the bag. You're putting the money in the bag. I'm at the stage now where I'm like, I think we've got.
Yeah,
I think we've got enough money in the bag.
Have you seen the movie Triple Frontier?
No, maybe
it's on Netflix. It's like Ben Affleck.
Okay, I know what it is. I know what it is.
And they go to rob this drug lord in Brazil. And they go to his house and they keep hearing that the house is the safe. The house is the safe. They go into the house. They can't find the money. It's a good movie, great movie. If any of you guys want to watch it, and they can't find the money, so then one of them gets annoyed and he punches the wall, and then
there's money. Yeah.
And then there's money behind it, and then they start hitting on the other walls, and there's money on the other walls. So then they put all the money from the room into the bag. I think 2 of them go downstairs. They hit on a wall downstairs, and there's money in the wall, and it's just everywhere in the house. And they're throwing money in the bag, and but they're like, he's coming back in. They need to get out of there. And I think it's Ben Affleck's guy who's like, "Oh, we've got time for more. Get more money in the bag. And they're like, it's a hard out. We need to leave more money. One more bag.
That was me. Yeah. That was me. Like up until I think this Brentford fixture, and now I'm like, all right, I think I've had my filling of Amorim because. If you weren't going to make any sort of momentum after the Chelsea win, which fell into your lap, that Chelsea win, if you weren't going to capitalize on that at Brentford, we've spoken about the different levels of tough fixtures. Yeah. Man United needed not a tough fixture after the Chelsea win, but they needed a win that would be impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Brentford, for us, even as far down as they are on the table, it's still impressive to go to Brentford and win, especially if you do it, semi-comfortably and you play good football, all that kind of stuff. 100%. Yeah. Because that hasn't happened, it really is Groundhog Day. Because Brentford have outclassed them and Keith Andrews and Yarmouk and all these guys have got what they've got. As a neutral, it starts all over again. It's going to be like, man, he's going to go again with the 3 at the back. He's going to go again with the halftime substitutions of centre-back. He's going to go again for another 3 weeks of shit performances. He'll get 1 win, in 3 weeks' time from now. And then he'll lose the next game immediately after that. It is Groundhog Day over and over again for Man United. And the good thing is, why I'm saying there's enough money in the bag is because I think Ineos will botch the decision. Like I feel quite comfortable that Ineos will just go and grab a Potter or a Southgate and we'll be here again in another year's time. So I'm not clamoring for Amorim to leave on nothing, but I'm definitely on some like when Ten Hag was there, I couldn't have enough money. I don't know what it was. I couldn't have enough money in the bag. I wanted Ten Hag to stay till the very, very
No,
end. I
because the
loved him.
United fans were backing Ten Hag.
I think it's because maybe they saw success under Ten Hag, and then it was good to see the fall off.
I needed it to be. There was never a point where it was going to be clear enough that Ten Hag wasn't.
Yeah.
Like you said, there was never going to be enough money in that bag.
yeah.
There could always be more clear. There could always be more money in my bag with Ten Hag.
I'm Ben Affleck. I'm telling guys we need more.
Yeah,
we got time.
Yeah. But I don't know with Amorim. I want Amorim to stay a bit longer. And but look, there's a conversation around this. Some of the stats: 17 wins from 33 Premier League games. Still hasn't gone back to back with wins in the Premier League, but I do think the conversation moves away from Amorim now because
it's beyond him, it's above him.
Because Amorim's just fucking up.
Yeah.
And he's not changing anything.
Yeah.
But he's told everybody, he's told the world,
I'm not changing. A million times over.
If Ineos want change, they change the man. Right? He's told the world that. So it's above Amorim now. It's Ineos, all the ammunition, all the fire, Man United fans, anything that you want to come with and whatever. Honestly, leave it away from Amorim. Yeah, because he's just going to keep doing what he's doing. There's no point. And target.
I agree with that 100%. I still agree that Amorim shouldn't change. I still agree that I think the system maybe is the problem, but I don't agree that his system is the problem in the sense of like, I don't think the players want to hear it now.
Yeah.
But do you think that Man United are looking for a new manager? Amorim has given them enough rope to look. Like, are they actively, how they were with him, really on the market interviewing managers, or are they like waiting for an unacceptable result? Is there like, does it have to be 3 losses in a row? Does it have to be an FA Cup exit? Does it have to be like, what is the trigger point for Man United to be looking for managers if they haven't already hit that trigger point?
Well, that's the thing.
Amorim's given them the way out. He's told them, like, the way you can sack me and market it is just saying that you no longer believe in the system.
Yeah.
And so he has to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody can shake their hands. Fans will accept it. Amorim will accept it. Everybody will move on. So why I agree with your point that Ineos are the problem is because how they're delaying to push that button.
Yeah.
Like, clubs do it wrong. West Ham just made Graham Potter do a whole press conference and then fired him that evening.
I've seen United fans have started doing Amorim.
Yeah.
Because they think that's how.
And that's a wrong way for West Ham to go about it. But at least West Ham were looking for a new manager and they were active on the market and everybody knew it.
But that's the thing with your question. If they're not already looking, which I feel like we'd probably have reports like we did before
when it was him.
Yeah. I don't know what point they get to when they do start looking.
I think for me, like this, and I know there's been more.
Is it going to take us another 7-0 from Liverpool?
Exactly. I know there's been lower lows than this, but as a United fan, for me, this would be a real low because
there has been lower lows.
No,
other than Europa League final.
Yeah, I think,
but that's still Amorim.
I agree.
It's all Amorim.
That's all Amorim. I agree, but it's just in the sense of like, Man United fans, some of them keep talking about this one fixture, this one result that's going to spark our season, and Sesko's going to click, and Cunha's going to click, and Benmo's going to click, and Bruno's going to figure out how to be in a 2-man midfield. And if it wasn't going to be the Chelsea result, you're just going to go and lose to Brentford next week. Like,
are Man United fans saying that?
Well, I think that's the hope. I think that's a lot of them know that they're shit, but I think the underlying hope is, at least for this season, at least to see good football. Maybe not to finish in the top 6 or whatever it is, but for a reason to stick and commit, especially if you're a Man United fan telling yourself that Amorim isn't the issue. Yeah. You have to be like, I want to see a performance. I want to see a reason to stick with this, even if it isn't till Jan, even if it isn't till, and I feel like they get some of these catalysts. They'll get a performance. And like, as I say, like they've had it with they drew to a Liverpool and you thought things were all right, and then you're just going to lose the next week. Yeah. But why this one will be extra damaging to me is because I think you've just run out of excuses now, even with Amorim. It's not the players, it's not the system, it's not who's injured, it's not who's this, it's not who's that. We beat Chelsea, got 3 points on the board. If Man United had won on the weekend, they would have been in a very good position in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
They would have been like all the question marks and all the would have just been narrative because the results on the board are saying that we're on 10 points or on whatever it is, and the top is 15. We're only 5 points off top if you really think of it. But because they've lost and got dismantled by Brentford, like there is nothing. Even if you go and win next week, you know you're not going to build off that result because you would have done that this week.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I feel like this result is such a sucker punch because it's on some. Yeah, anybody can come and just get at us, bro.
Yeah, and the fact that, like you say, the Chelsea one fell into their lap, and they get the glimmer of hope, and they get what they think is going to be the catalyst, and they always comes crashing back down to earth.
But if you're battered by Liverpool, if you're battered by Arsenal, it's like, oh well, you know what? That's just a better team than us.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get battered by a team that might finish, 15th or 14th, it's like, well, where are we gonna finish?
Yeah. I mean, look, they got Sunderland at home this week.
Oh, yeah, it's a 6-pointer.
Yeah,
it's a massive game.
Look, I think Amorim probably should have been sacked after the Europa League final. So how it's still going on.
And I mean, that's the other thing.
But I did say that I think Ineos will try and keep him for as long as possible.
Yeah.
I also said that, but because of Amorim, as long as possible might be October.
Yeah, I mean, I do slightly agree that Ineos, there is a hesitancy to sack him because of how bad it looks.
Yeah.
Like, if you sack him now, you should have just sacked him in the summer.
Exactly, and you do the exact same thing from the Ten Hag thing. Exactly the same.
But you have to.
Yeah, that's the position you've left yourself in, right? Look, let's move it on. Tweet of the week now. We're not going to talk about Tottenham because
it's just MVPs and rookies.
Yeah. Tweet of the week. So I've got only West Ham could lose 5 of their first 6 games to start a season and then hire the manager of the one team they beat.
Yeah, that's a good one. I had the I know in Jed Spence's mind he plays like Timber.
Yeah. There was no lockup picture this week. Did you see that? There's no penitentiary from the Wolves winger.
Because I know for sure Jed Spence thinks, and Jed Spence is a good defender.
He got hooked at half time or something.
I can't recall. Oh yes, Porro did come on early. I know Jed Spence is a good defender, X, Y, and Z, but I know in his mind he thinks like this.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the 1v1 demon here.
I mean, on the Timber one, they were like, he needs to be tested for compound B.
Yeah. Guys were saying Timber's playing like he wants the PFA Player of the Year.
Yeah. All right, cool. MVPs and rookies. Now, Mikel Arteta, first of all, give that one out. Danny Welbeck.
My dog. Do you know who does?
Benzema. Danny Benzema.
Big shout. Danny Welbeck, we can't.
After you said it, the more I see things back.
9-10. I'll drop in here. I'll just link the play. I'll filter into the box, left foot, right foot.
No, for real. Big shout out to Danny Welbeck because at the age that he is, to still be scoring the goals that he's scoring in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He's coming off the bench recently.
Yeah.
Hers kind of put him in that kind of
old man bracket,
vet leadership off the bench.
It's with respect because Minter deserves an MVP right with him. Minter, bro. I actually, is there a quicker winger over 10, 20 yards in the league? Like,
Noni.
That's a race.
But it's them too.
That's a race.
Adama, but
I maybe. You know what? Even if Noni might be quicker, I think it will always look like Minter because Minter's running style.
Yeah, he's
also
short,
just
short.
It just makes him.
He's
look
a lot smaller, isn't it? So he takes quick steps.
It just makes him look
rapid.
Double rapid.
Gusto looks like he's running backwards.
Yeah.
But
the Minter,
but Noni's one is because he's taller. He has bigger strides, isn't it?
And also Noni's got Noni will knock it past you and run, but Noni's got like a disguise to his knock, like. I'll feint as if I'm going inside, and then I'll dink it over and go past you. Minter's just got the.
He doesn't need the. It's just knock and run. It's just knock and run.
You can't catch this
with them product because the ball in for Welbeck's first goal is top. Julian Alvarez.
Yeah, I knew you was gonna say that. He deserves it. He actually deserves it.
Seen the goals.
Yeah, we need to watch that game. He actually deserves it.
Hat trick.
Simeone as well, man. Because I think if they lost that game, they would have been out of the title race. That's why I tuned into the game. I wasn't watching any other 3 o'clock kickoffs because I was like, and the first half was incredible. I mean, just shout out La Liga. The first half was incredible. Yeah. And then Simeone and Atleti, I just don't know. I do know how they do it. They were the better team on the day by far. They scored 5 goals.
Yeah.
But like, when it was 2-1 Madrid, with like a couple minutes to go at halftime, I feel like it's really only Atleti and Barca that can at least match Madrid's judge. To get on level terms, to get a footing in the game, and then it was 4-2 as soon as we came out of the halftime break. It was just 4-2. I was like, damn, man. They have this like relentless passion and desire to win at home.
Yeah, I'm so glad our game's not there at the Emirates. But yeah, my last MVP, Dr. Martin O'Malley. Yeah, now for guys who don't know, this is the guy that performed surgery on Jason Tatum.
You mean miracle? You mean a miracle on Jason Tatum?
Bro, did you see the tweet?
I couldn't believe it.
I can't believe this is nuts.
He's back before Kyrie. I told you.
I'm giving you guys some revolutionary information.
It's worse than Kugat.
Tatum did his Achilles in the middle of May, and he's expected to come back at the end of October. Because there's one guy, he's the only guy who's released a paper on Achilles injuries, and he was the only specialist available to give Tatum the surgery less than 24 hours after the injury, which is unheard of.
Oh, come on.
And Tatum, we've already seen the videos of Tatum back on the court. Tatum was at media day.
He should still be in a wheelchair. He should still be in a fat cast. He should still be.
Yeah, I think Hallie's still on crutches.
Yeah. Hallie's a model for a year. We know that.
But Jason Tatum, so this Dr. Martin, if that's just changed the Achilles game.
No, bro.
Even in football, that's an injury that ended Santi's career.
But I actually think basketball is like the worst sport to rush back an Achilles. Like,
with the way, you have to take off.
It's the most like stop and start.
But if he comes back and he is calm.
No, it's ridiculous.
Which seems like
he's got vibranium ACLs.
It's an Achilles. Surely, but
Zion and they're jumping 10 foot in the air, go for that rebound. Is that what you're doing? You're jumping 10 foot off your Achilles.
You saw Tatum on the court. Wait, bro. I don't know. Dr. Martin O'Malley, you're getting an MVP from me because this is a bit nuts. I can't believe he's back on the court. I said 2027 was when I'll see Tatum.
Hey, talking about basketball MVPs, my guy Norm Powell. He's a Heat. He's in Dade County 305. Norm's talking about I want to be an all-star this year.
Individual awards.
Go for it. Miami's the team. We ain't doing nothing. Go for it. As long as he's like, and avoid the play-in. We're going to be in the play-in, buddy. We're going to be in the play-in this year. As long as we're in the play-in, you can go for any individual award you want. You ball out. Go and get
to Norm.
Go and get 50. Go and get 50 every game.
Go
for it. Go and get 50 every game.
That's not happening.
Bam, here roast the big three.
And I'm the Norm guy.
It's the
Norm guy. But 50, you can't put that on him.
I needed to give an MVP to Nuno. Man, Nuno. I didn't watch the game at all, but I enjoyed the fact that Nuno's got a 1-1 with West Ham. Because to me, in my mind, it signals that, well, you can just get battered on the weekend because you've already shown improvement.
Yeah.
Like, if the players and the fans, if you end up losing 3-4, 5-0, it shouldn't be
You
know,
he's lost his first two.
Yeah. It shouldn't be, have we improved? Is this even the right manager for us? Is this X, Y, and Z? No, Nuno's already come and he's got a result that Graham wouldn't have got. So you can take that one. You can take one to the bank and cash it, and then Nuno can just come and get slapped up, and then you can go on your way, and we can all say, well, this wasn't really the game for us. We don't live and die by what we do at Arsenal. And
or he gets 4 points.
No. I also do like the way Nuno's just come out and annexed James Ward-Prowse. I feel like he does that every club he goes to.
Yeah, that was a bit mad.
I had a conversation with him. We had a nice chat, and I think he understood. I think he understood that I had to run him around. I think
with the state of that midfield.
First start, some French guy. Under 20, some under 21 first start. I need you.
And then Freddie Potts came on. So look, any rookies? Slot for cussing out.
Chalobah.
Quickly, we may as well. We can just like do this quickly. MVP to William Saliba and Andrea Berta.
Oh yeah.
Contract decisions.
Massive.
Yeah.
I mean, how big is that?
Yeah, huge. Like I said, I think that it almost convinces me that everybody else, Rice, Timber, Saka, will stay now because Saliba stayed.
You know, it's so funny because I'm not sure the timelines and how they overlap, but I'm willing just to give Berta all the credit for Gabriel's one and Saliba's one and then Saka's one, and then we can just move forward like that.
100%.
Yeah, we'll speak more about that. But like, yeah, that's man, that's so big. In terms of my rookies, yeah, I had Chalobah. I had I actually did have an MVP for the AC Milan team, top of the table. They finished like 8th last year.
They got Juve this weekend.
Ooh, a stupid man.
Yeah,
Because that's my rookie.
I told you what the Milan fans are thinking.
Well, he has to get a rookie. Oh, Nketiah has got to get a rookie.
Yeah.
Boneheaded decision. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, we're gonna head off, watch some of these Champions League games. But thank you guys for listening. Please do subscribe if you got this far. Follow us on Spotify. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the episode. Next week again, more Premier League football, more things to talk about. And then we've got the international break, and we'll think of something to do during that. So yeah, look, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next week. Peace.